All right. So I see these guys talking on the group. It says, okay, so this is correct. You have to convert with a limited group of Orthodox rabbis to be eligible to make Aliyah. I think the last number was 29.
There's an organization called ITIM, and they usually lay out the list of the rabbis recognized by the Rabbanut.
It's I think around 20, 25 rabbis, 29 rabbis in America. It's not any rabbi. But that's Orthodox. You could convert conservative and even reform.
And officially make Aliyah.
When you convert conservative or reform, it goes through a different validation. It gets validated by what's called the Sochnut. So the Sochnut is a Jewish agency, while all Orthodox conversions are validated by what's called the Rabbanut, the rabbinate. The rabbinate.
So what would happen with these conversions, right? What's the major difference between them? Besides, of course, one is conservative or reform or Orthodox. What changes, like for a convert?
If you convert reform, no one but reform is going to accept your conversion. If you convert conservative, the only people who will accept your conversion are conservative and reform. If you convert Orthodox, everyone will accept your conversion.
But about Orthodox conversions, I mean, the truth about Orthodox conversions, not all Orthodox rabbis would accept it, actually. There's so much infighting in the Orthodox world that it's quite ridiculous. Now, what's the difference between a Reform or conservative conversion and an Orthodox conversion? Well, ideally, it's that they don't have kosher witnesses witnessing the immersion. Kosher in what sense? Kosher in the sense that these people are typically not observant, although have a woman on the Beit Din. But apart from that, if a conversion is done according to halakha, it's a valid conversion. And any rabbi who says, I don't accept a conversion performed in a halakhic manner, should publicly be considered an ignoramus amongst the Jewish people. An ignoramus. In other words, if you do something according to halakha, it should be accepted. That's why even when I put together a Beit Din for conversion, when in the vast majority of cases, I didn't even include myself, probably around 50% of the rabbis would accept it. Israel wouldn't accept it. But that's a credit to rabbis who know that if observant individuals are performing a conversion or observing a conversion, witnessing a conversion, it's kosher according to halakha. And that's really a litmus test of how knowledgeable or how well does your rabbi try to keep Torah. If he makes a big deal on who converted you, on whether he wants to count you in a minyan or not, assuming that he's just not trying to disqualify a reform or conservative conversion. But if he makes a big deal of what Orthodox Beit Din converted you, he's a fool. And find yourself a new rabbi. Because they've created the notion of fake conversions. There's no such thing as a fake conversion. Now, it's true. If someone's charging you money to convert with the promise that the state of Israel is going to recognize it and you're going to be able to make aliyah and pray in any Orthodox synagogue as part of the minyan, then the truth is that every conversion is a fake conversion, because a conversion that's accepted today in the Orthodox world might not be accepted tomorrow by the Rabbanut. And for some reason, that's something that's been attached to my name. Asher Meza performs fake conversions. I mean, what does that even mean? First of all, I've been out of the conversion world for a while, but I don't think anyone who's heard my lectures or attended my podcast would think that I'm in any way ignorant regarding halakha, especially the halachot regarding conversions. But people don't care. They just follow what everyone else says. Now, if Israel accepts your conversion and you make aliyah with accepted conversion, at least by that rabbanut, at that time, you'll be able to attend Orthodox schools in Israel and you'll be allowed to get married in Israel because the rabbinate in Israel is in charge of marriage. So if you convert conservative, you won't be able to marry a Jew in Israel. You'll have to get married outside of the country and then come back in. Israelis, when they want to marry Russians who aren't halakhically Jewish, they'll travel to the island of Cyprus and get married there and then come back to Israel, and Israel recognizes the foreign marriage. So in Israel, you pretty much won't be considered Jewish to any Orthodox institution. That's the difference. That's the difference.
My wife was thinking about me, and she knows she cares about me, and she knows that I didn't, unfortunately, get the full conversion in New York. But she was talking to me the other day. She said she found the rabbi here in Brazil that's willing to convert me, but I have to go to his classes, and it's going to cost me 400 real a lesson. which is about $100 an American lesson.
That sounds kind of
And I
weird.
have to do this with him for like a few months.
With clothes on or off?
I should have. I should. This is that's what I should have got into for a living. I should have became a converter. You know, the money I would be making.
Tell you.
Actually, there's a lot of these YouTube rabbis who offer these conversion programs. I think they're going for around $11,000 a person. And even Spanish YouTube rabbis, I think they're charging around $5,000 a person for conversions that aren't even recognized. Now, I've never charged any money for any conversion I performed, but I've always told people that if you want to be recognized by the state of Israel, go convert with one of these rabbis that's on the list, that etim list of the rabbinate of Israel. But of course, these rabbis won't convert you unless you live in their community. Now, honestly, what am I supposed to do when someone comes to me with a whole community of people, let's say in South America, who want to keep Torah, who want to keep halakha, and want to identify fully halakhically as Israel? Well, as someone who knows the halakha, I perform the conversion. What stops me from doing that? What halakha limits conversion to a group of people? None. Anyone. You don't even have to be a rabbi to perform conversion. Not to mention that conversions are actually outlawed in South America by Israel. In other words, it doesn't matter who converts you. If you live in South America or in Latin America, Israel will not recognize your conversion. So this is why many rabbis have gone down to South America to perform conversions that aren't recognized by Israel, because they wouldn't be recognized by Israel no matter who performed the conversion. The question is if they're doing it actually to help them or just to get rich. This is why whenever I was involved in conversions, it was for people to start their own communities. And I never charged or ever told anyone that this conversion would be universally recognized.